friends, it's Deanna here, and today we're going to be making the Be Invincible skirt, cascading skirt pattern. And so yeah, it's really exciting because that's a really cute skirt, and it is so fun. So we're gonna make it together. So I already cut out my pattern and all my pieces. And so before I get started, let me remind you about our fun fan giveaway of $50 Ellie and my gift certificate for one of our subscribers. All you have to do is subscribe to our channel and comment below, and then you will be entered to our fun giveaway. So yeah, go ahead and do that. If you're not subscribed yet, go subscribe so you can be entered. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I've got all my pieces, and I am making the cascading version. I think it is the one that overlaps. I think now that I already cut it, I can't remember which one I cut. Yes, I cut the overlapping. So what we're gonna do is we're going to grab our shorties, and here's my shorties, and my one piece. This is my back piece, and we're gonna put the two back pieces together on top of each other. And we're going to sew its right sides together on top of each other, and we're gonna sew this inseam right here, the crotch area. And we're gonna do it for the back, the two backs and the two fronts. I already did the two fronts, but just exactly the same thing. Just sew it right there. And we're going to go ahead and sew. Whoa. Ooh. I'm wondering if you can hear my son playing the piano. He's having fun with the piano today. Anyway, so if you can hear him, then enjoy. Just kidding. Alright, so we're going to open it up. And if you have, if you did it with your sewing machine, you will press the seam but open. But if you did it with serger, you can just press the seam sideways, so it all goes one way. And now they are together at the inseam. So now we're gonna grab it and put the front and the back right on top of each other. And we're gonna sew these side seams. Again, right sides together. We're gonna sew the side seams. I'm making a little teeny tiny weeny shorts or skirt. It's for my little niece. So cute. Can you hear it? Okay, I'm gonna sew these sides. One side. Other side. Alright, so now my shorties are basically sewn together, but you need to sew the bottom as well. So you're gonna sew the crotch area, you're gonna put it together and sew that seam right there, right down at the bottom. So make sure you meet the crotch seam first, like that seam, and then you go to one side and then the other, and you're just sewing straight. I guess I don't need a pin because mine is really short, because I'm sewing the smallest size. You can use your serger, or you can use your sewing machine for this. You'll just need a stretch stitch. Okay, so now I basically have my shorties done. How cute! And now I shouldn't have turned them right side out because I'm gonna hem them. And to hem them, I'm going to fold it 1/2 inch up from the bottom, 1/2 inch. And then I'm going to steam and pin and sew. If you don't pin, then you don't have to pin. Actually, I don't actually ever pin my, no, I do pin. Sometimes. I don't pin very much when it comes to double brush poly, and this is what I'm using. I'm using double brush poly because I don't pin a lot with double brush poly because it kind of sticks to itself, so I don't feel like I need to pin. But if you want to pin, you can. especially because this is such just a little area, like not very much fabric. I'm like, I don't need to pin. So I'm just steaming a 1/2 inch. And I am so bad. I don't even measure my 1/2 inches. If I was going to make it for somebody else, then maybe I would measure it. But it's for me and it's for my knees. No, it's not for me. There is no way I would fit in these little baby things. It's for my knees. So it's for personal. So I'm like, Alright, so now it's 1/2 inch. So I'll put that aside and I'll hem that in a minute. We're going to fold the skirt. We're going to grab our skirt, and here at the waistline, we're going to fold it together. And it doesn't matter if it's right size or wrong size. All we're doing right now is finding the front center, the back center, I'm sorry. So we're going to go fold it together at the front ends and go all the way, and right here where it's meets, this is the half right here. We're just finding that, that's going to be my back. So I'm just going to pin it. Alright, so I said I'm going to hem that in a minute, but I'm going to hem that in a minute, and I'm going to hem my skirt as well. So we're going all the way around. Let me start on this side. I think it's easier to start on this side. We're going to go all the way around and fold 1/2 inch, and we are hemming the skirt. If you have material you don't want to hem, then you don't have to. Knit is one of those awesome things that you don't always have to hem if you don't want to, because they don't fray. So if you're like, I hate hemming things on the circle, on the round, then you can just be like, cut it really, really nicely, and then you don't have to hem it. But honestly, hemming on the round is not really that bad. All I'm doing is just pulling a tiny little bit, like, and it kind of to make it go around, and it doesn't give me that much of a hard time. You just have to be patient with it, and don't get frustrated when you're doing it on the round. And you might have to, like I said, just pull out little tiny bit, like to straighten it out, especially when you're going around the corners. I just tag on it. What does that mean? What is the word? I just pull on it a little bit, tag. I'm thinking like tag is in like tag, you're it. So I'm like, but then you also kind of tag? No, that's not the word. I don't know what I'm thinking. I just mean I just kind of pull just a tiny bit to help it like lay flat. And that's all I do. And then we just go around and around. Don't, like I don't pull the actual skirt. I just pull like the little hem area. The area that I'm going to hem. It's all I really pull. And you do have to hem your skirt before you can attach it. So if you are planning on hemming your skirt, you need to do that first before you attach your skirt. You can't wait and say, hey, I'm going to attach my skirt first and then I'll hem it. Because this part up here, the end of the hem, is going to go at your waistline. So that's going to get sewn on. So it doesn't just go around like a skirt. It goes right here. It overlaps if you're doing the peekaboo, or it goes at the sides if you're doing the no, it goes at the sides if you're doing the peekaboo, and it goes on top of it if you're doing the cascading. I think I got that right. I'm gonna look at it. I have, ooh, you're moving all over the place. I have my tutorial right here, so I can tell you exactly what the right name is. Okay. So for the ends of the cascading skirt will overlap at the center. That's what I thought. Yes, cascading overlaps, and the peekaboo is on the sides. I was right. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and hem this all the way around. You can use a double needle. You can use the zigzag stitch, any kind of stretch stitch. Actually, for the skirt, I would say you can even do a straight stitch, because the skirt is not gonna stretch. It's just an overlap, so it's gonna be kind of wide. So I would do that probably. If you, or whatever, or if you have a cover stitch, then it's easy to just hem it. So this is up to you. So I'm gonna go ahead and hem these, and then we'll come back to finish it all up. All right, so my skirt and my shorts are hemmed. So we're gonna grab the back of our shorts, right there. And we're going to meet the back of our skirt. I'm gonna put my skirt wrong side up. This is the wrong side, I'm gonna face that up. And I'm gonna grab the back of my skirt and I'm gonna put the back of my shorts, I'm gonna place it right there at the spot where I marked my half, okay? So the right side of my shorts is touching the wrong side of the back of my skirt. Now I'm gonna grab my skirt and it's gonna fold right over on top of my shorts, matching at the raw edge, and I'm going to pin. Now for the peekaboo, you will end, and you're not pulling, you're just matching. So I'm gonna pin right here as well. You're just matching those edges up. You're not pulling at the fabric at all. You're just matching the raw edges up. Okay, for the peekaboo, you're going to stop kind of partially before you get to the center of the shorts. So you're gonna finish up like before you get to the center of the shorts. Yeah, not like, but before you get to the center of the shorts. But with the cascading, it's gonna overlap. So it's gonna come past the half point. So here's my half point, it's coming past it. So I'm gonna come the other way around from the other side as well. So I'm gonna match those raw edges and pin all the way around. And now this is going to go right on top of that fabric. So you'll have that overlap right there at the front. So it's gonna come and overlap just like so. So it hides the shorts basically. And that's the cascading option. So they overlap. And I'm pinning, moving this pin and moving it like lower. Okay, so now that is pinned. Like I said, for my cascading, it's gonna overlap, but for my my peekaboo one, they're both gonna end like right here. So you'll see the shorts, okay? So it would not go on top of each other. Okay, so now that this is done, how cute is this gonna be? I'm going to go ahead and baste both of these together. So I guess I should have probably turned my sewing machine on. You're gonna baste them. What basting means is you're gonna do a long straight stitch all the way around so that when you go to attach your waistband, these two don't come apart and move down, and then the waistband doesn't catch, so you don't catch both of them. You know, it's kind of annoying. So what you're doing is you're just using the longest stitch in your sewing machine and basting both of these together. And then when you go to sew your band, these shouldn't move for you, and you should be able to go ahead and sew it on. You're not stretching, you're not doing any of that. You're just putting them together on top of each other. Okay? Going all the way around. The reason why it's taking me so long is because this is such a tiny skirt, and I'm trying to match those raw edges so it doesn't, like, sometimes it keeps trying to slide down. Trying to match those raw edges without letting it slide down. Okay. I'll show you in a minute about this basting. Alright, so it's basted on. See, so now even though there is no pins, my skirt, see the spacing stitch right there, you can see it right there, my skirt is matched up at the raw edges at the top. It's together, the skirt and the shorts. So I'm going to grab my waistband, I'm going to fold it first, wrong sides together long ways to give it a memory crease. Now I have a memory fold crease right there, and I'm going to grab it, I'm going to fold it now right sides together, And at the short edge, I'm going to sew those two ends together to make one continuous band. And now I'm gonna refold again where I had that where I made that memory crease, that fold. That way, see, got my waistband. I'm gonna put a pin in the back seam, and I'm gonna fold it and go to the front, and that's gonna be the front of my waistband. Almost lost it. And I just make a little notch. I just cut a tiny little piece that just reminds me where it's at. I'm gonna put my front and my back together, and I'm gonna go to the sides, and those are my quarters. And like I said, it's just a tiny little piece, if you can see it right there. Not very big. When I sew it on, you won't even be able to see that I did that. And I'm gonna do the same with my skirt. So now, oh no, I'm not, because I already have all my seams. So I'm gonna match up my seams, my quarters to my seams of my shorts. So I'm gonna grab my band and I'm gonna fit it into my skort like this. So right there, raw edges up. So I'm gonna start matching. I'll match the back and then one side, then the front, and then the other side. And you have to make sure that you catch all the layers of the skirt, so they should be matching right there. The skirt is sandwiched between the shorts and the band. And then we're gonna go ahead with our serger or our zigzag stitch or any kind of stretch stitch. We're gonna sew those together. Making sure you do not catch any of the skirt from underneath. Move it out of the way as you're sewing it. And make sure if you need to stretch your band just a little bit to fit it, just stretch your band just a little bit. And then you go to the next quarter point. Move everything out of the way. Just the parts that you're supposed to keep in there. Stretch a little bit. And go. And I think this is my last one. Yes. And that is it. My skirt is done. How cute is this? I'm going to pull that basting stitch out. Come on, pull the wrong stitch. I'm gonna pull that basting stitch out. There we go. Now it should come out. All the way out. And then I'm going to steam. I'm going to steam that seam down. And my skirt is done. How cute is this skirt? This is gonna be so cute on. Please let me know your comments, your questions. I'd love to hear them. Comment, like, share. Come see what was going on our Facebook or Instagram page. We'd love to have you come and see us. Show us what you're making. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And if you haven't, come subscribe.